Hello everyone! Tonight we embark on a journey into one of the oldest and most captivating mysteries in human history. It is the story of a city that was said to have been grand, advanced, and powerful, yet vanished beneath the waves in a single day and night of disaster. This city is known as Atlantis. For thousands of years, Atlantis has fascinated explorers, scholars, and dreamers. Was it a real place that once existed and was destroyed by nature? Was it only a legend told by ancient philosophers? Or was it something else entirely, a hidden truth encoded in myth? The Lost City of Atlantis remains one of the most enduring mysteries of our world, and tonight we will explore its origins, theories, and the possibilities that keep this legend alive. The story of Atlantis first appeared more than 2,000 years ago in the writings of the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. In his dialogues, the Timaeus and the Critias, Plato describes Atlantis as a vast and powerful island civilization that lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we now know as the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. It was a wealthy, advanced society with grand architecture, beautiful temples, magnificent palaces, and a navy so strong that it ruled over much of the known world. But despite its greatness, Atlantis grew corrupt and greedy, angering the gods. As punishment, the gods sent earthquakes and floods, and in a single day and night, Atlantis sank into the ocean, disappearing forever. Plato claimed that the story was passed down to him from Solon, a Greek statesman who had heard it from Egyptian priests. If true, it meant the legend was far older than Plato's own time. However, the problem lies in whether Plato's account was meant as history or as allegory. Some scholars argue that Atlantis was never meant to be a literal place, but a story invented to teach a lesson about pride, power, and moral corruption. Others believe that behind the myth lies a real event, a real place, and perhaps a real civilization swallowed by disaster. Since Plato's time, countless theories have tried to identify where Atlantis could have been. One of the most popular theories links Atlantis to the island of Santorini, also known as Thura, in the Aegean Sea. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the island and destroyed much of the Minoan civilization, one of the most advanced cultures of the ancient world. The eruption caused tsunamis, ash clouds, and widespread ruin. Some researchers believe this disaster could have been the real inspiration for Plato's Atlantis. The similarities between the Minoan's sudden downfall and Plato's description of Atlantis have made this theory compelling. Another theory places Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean itself, suggesting that Plato's account was literal. Explorers have long speculated about sunken islands beyond the Strait of Gibraltar. In the 19th century, after the discovery of ancient ruins in the Americas, some suggested that Atlantis might have been a link between the old world and the new, a great civilization lost beneath the waves somewhere in the mid-Atlantic. In modern times, claims have emerged of mysterious structures and unusual shapes on the ocean floor, captured by sonar and satellite images. While many of these turn out to be natural formations or errors in mapping, the hope of finding a lost city continues to spark excitement. There are also theories tying Atlantis to entirely different regions. Some argue it was in the Caribbean, pointing to the Bimini Road near the Bahamas, a strange underwater rock formation that some believe to be man-made. Others suggest Atlantis was located in North Africa, near Morocco, or even further inland in the Sahara Desert, claiming that geological evidence hints at ancient floods and inland seas. One fascinating theory suggests the Richat structure, also called the Eye of the Sahara, could be the remains of Atlantis. Its circular shape mirrors Plato's description of Atlantis as being built in concentric rings of land and water. However, mainstream science considers the Richat structure a natural formation, not man-made. The idea of Atlantis has not only inspired historians, but also mystics and writers. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, authors like Ignatius Donnelly argued that Atlantis was the mother civilization from which all others descended, influencing cultures from Egypt to the Americas. Theosophists and spiritualists added their own interpretations, claiming that Atlantis was home to advanced technology, crystals of great power, and even psychic abilities. Some even claim Atlanteans communicated with extraterrestrials, or that they themselves were not entirely human. These ideas are not supported by evidence, but they have kept the myth alive in popular imagination, giving Atlantis an almost supernatural aura. Science, of course, demands evidence. So far, no clear archaeological proof of Atlantis has ever been found. The ocean floor has been mapped in many regions, and while mysterious ruins have been claimed from time to time, none have stood up to rigorous study. Most scholars believe Atlantis was a story, perhaps inspired by real events like the destruction of Thura, but not an actual civilization. Yet the lack of evidence has not stopped people from searching. Even today, expeditions continue to explore the seas, driven by the possibility that somewhere, perhaps buried under silt and stone, lie the remains of a forgotten world. What makes the story of Atlantis so enduring is not just the mystery of its existence, but what it represents. Atlantis is seen as a symbol of human achievement and human failure. It represents the idea that even the most powerful civilizations can fall if they become corrupt or arrogant. This theme is timeless, which is why Plato's tale still resonates. But beyond symbolism, the idea of Atlantis also touches on something deeper in us. The hope that there is more to history than we know, that somewhere out there lies a secret that could change our understanding of the past. If Atlantis did exist, what might it have been like? Plato describes it as having grand canals, circular harbors, and temples covered in gold and silver. Imagine a city of shining marble, with ships coming and going, markets filled with exotic goods, and a people who mastered both the land and the sea. If such a place ever truly existed, its destruction would have been a tragedy beyond imagination. Perhaps it was wiped away by a volcanic eruption, a massive earthquake, or a tsunami. Nature is more than capable of swallowing entire cities, as history has shown us with places like Pompeii. If Atlantis was real, then it serves as a reminder of the fragility of even the mightiest civilizations. And yet, if Atlantis was only a story, its power is no less great. Legends endure because they inspire us. Atlantis has inspired explorers to search, writers to imagine, and dreamers to believe in possibilities beyond what we can see. It represents the human drive to uncover the unknown, to seek the truth, and to wonder if myths hold fragments of history. The mystery of Atlantis is not just about whether the city was real, but about the desire to believe that the world still holds secrets waiting to be revealed. So, was Atlantis a real city swallowed by the ocean? Or was it simply a story created by Plato to warn humanity against arrogance? Perhaps it was inspired by real disasters like the fall of the Minoan civilization. Or maybe it was something more, a forgotten chapter of human history waiting to be discovered. Whatever the truth may be, Atlantis continues to live on, not in stone ruins or sunken cities, but in our imagination and curiosity. It is the mystery that refuses to die, a legend that calls us to keep searching for answers.